last time.
Oh my gosh, that was so much fun when we threw you in here on that rolly chair. Goodness gracious. Yeah, Chris is back to fill in as Lee continues to be on vacation for several days.
Lee, by the way, who is in the building today, but he said, no, I'm a figment of your imagination.
I know.
I'm not really here, so he's
totally a workaholic. Even when he takes a day off, he still will come here and do something. And I'm like, no, go vacation.
He had to be talked into taking vacation time. That's the thing. See, you and I, we get just about every day we can take. Hayley and I take it. In fact, we've had to deal with that at the end of the year because we've kind of run out of days to take.
Isn't that funny? And we've done stories about that on Sunrise before, about the amount of Americans that don't use all their vacation days.
Right.
That amazes me. And I guess it's person to person. I always go over on that days. In fact, I had to work some Saturdays this year and some more holidays this year.
You got to make it
just
up.
to have enough days to get through the end of the year.
Exactly. And then Lee Cruz, you have to kind of push him out the door.
Yeah.
And so he decides, okay, he's going to take it all in one lump sum.
Yeah.
Which,
hey, you got to take them or you lose them. So it is what it is. But how are you today?
I am good. I'm just glad that they let me get up on the chair before. I didn't realize what an experience. See, we stand up now on Sunrise.
Other shows, yeah.
So when we get to sit down here, I'm not the world's tallest person, and these chairs kind of sit high up.
They're very tall.
It is a process to get up on them. So thank you guys for letting me get up on the chair and not have to show that on camera.
We actually have one of those mini exercise trampolines, and Chris jumps on it, and launches into the chair.
It's a whole process. But
it's a whole process.
I made it on here with no problem.
Yes, yes. All right, but we are so excited you guys are watching today. We have a lot of fun things coming up. It's a bit of a sad day here at LEX 18. We have one of our longest running employees retiring today. We've got a very sweet message for her in just a little bit, so stay with us for that on a personal note. But also we've got Christmas stories, shopping, lots of fun today. So,
and right now we've got hot topics.
Let's do it.
Hot topic.
Okay, you probably saw this. Time Magazine has released its Person of the Year award this morning. And this year, the award goes to not just one person, but a number of people, all of those who have taken part in the recent Me Too movement. Let's give you a look at the cover. Here it is. The women on the cover range from female celebrities. Look at these. You can recognize them right away. Ashley Judd and Taylor Swift, to everyday women, all who've spoken out against sexual assault and harassment recently. The magazine called them the silence breakers. The women and men featured in the story include the activists who actually started the hashtag Me Too movement 10 years ago. But as we all know, it recently exploded again after all of these harassment claims against really powerful men in politics, in Hollywood, just kind of all over the place.
It was Alyssa Milano who kind of brought it back, but I didn't realize 10 years ago is when it started. I mean, that's a long time.
Yeah.
And if you also notice in this picture, there is an arm. Michael Burke was talking about this on LEX 18 News at noon.
Yeah.
There's a woman who doesn't want to be identified because she's worried it would affect her livelihood.
Yeah.
So it also obviously represents the people who are speaking out about it, but can't be identified.
Yeah, and when I first saw Taylor Swift on the cover, I was kind of like, why is she on there? But then I remember the issue.
She was like a precursor to the whole thing.
She really was.
Yeah, she sued a man for $1. I had forgotten about the whole thing. Remember the radio disc jockey?
Yeah, who groped her on her behind, she said, during that photo op. Yeah, and I kind of was like, what is she on there for? But yeah, that was a huge story.
Because I was doing the same thing, and I was like, I thought it felt stupid for a minute. I'm like, oh, duh.
Me
it was
too.
The big
but she was.
Yeah.
She was a precursor. She was one of the early, before it just blew up into this person, where everybody really felt comfortable speaking out. And I think that's been the most positive thing about this movement, and why I think this was a great choice for Person of the Year. It really has brought everybody together, women and men alike. Men are featured in this article as well, speaking out against this, and because people have been so afraid.
Yeah, Ashley Judd, UK grad, one of the first people to speak out about this with the Harvey Weinstein case.
Yeah.
And she's going to be featured on an interview with Hey Kentucky.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So
that's very, very, just crazy timing. They'd already scheduled to have her interview today on the show, and then here she is on time. And it's just a big cultural change.
It really is. I mean, it is a movement, and folks, it ain't going away. You think, oh, they're going to talk about this for a couple, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, it just keeps getting legs. More and more people come forward.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a long time before we stop talking about this. Maybe never.
I think this was a great option, great choice for them to award for Person of the Year. Okay, how about a beer with that next pizza you order? I like this. Pizza Hut is about to start testing beer and wine deliveries in some U.S. cities, beginning in Phoenix, Arizona. Starting off, they'll offer 6 packs of Anheuser-Busch brands like Bud Light and Shock Top, along with a local Arizona brewery.
Which I've never even heard of Shock Talk.
By
the way, Shock Talk, whatever it's called. All options are going to, can you tell I'm not a big beer connoisseur?
I am shocked.
All options will cost a flat $10.99. This is interesting. Wine delivery is also going to roll out in Phoenix in January. I just cannot think of wine being good with pizza.
It is kind of odd, but hey, your drink of choice.
Just so you know, all delivery drivers must be 21. Customers must show their IDs at the door. And I mean, if you think about it, Pizza Hut has not been doing as well as Papa John's and Domino's, and this is kind of a good competitive thing for them, although you kind of wonder if Papa John's and Domino's are going to jump on the bandwagon and try to do this too. But at least for now, it's just Pizza Hut.
Well, and I like this because I hate to say this, I love Pizza Hut pizza, but I always think of them as an eat-in restaurant. I never think of them for delivery.
That's what they're trying to kick. That's been their image for so long, and that's been one of the problems that Yum Brands has been trying to kick with them, is to get away from that image that, hey, you can have Pizza Hut delivered just like you can Papa John's, Domino's, or any of the others.
Because I love Pizza Hut, and I just need to remember they do deliver.
I don't know what it is about those personal pan pizzas there.
Oh, man, when I was a kid,
those are like the best.
I felt so accomplished. I think we had like a reading program when I was in school, and if you read a certain number of books, it was like an initiative we had with Pizza Hut, and if you read a certain number of books and your teacher marked it off, you got to go in and get a free pizza.
And how much weight did you gain that year?
My metabolism was off the charts when I didn't know what a calorie was. All those blessed days.
Never gain a pound. See, I'd be like, slowly but surely. Hey, this is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Did you know that texting just turned 25 years old?
That's crazy. How is that possible?
It passed the milestone over the weekend. Text messaging now officially a quarter of a century old. The first ever text message was sent back on December 3rd, 1992.
What?
A British engineer sent the first ever text from his computer to a cell phone.
That is wild.
You just kind of wonder, did he realize at the time how big this would take off?
I can't see how he did, but I mean, think now how ingrained it is in our society and our day-to-day lives. I don't go a single day where I don't send dozens of text messages. It's like the preferred way of communication.
And I just read an article today, back in 2007, the average American was sending about 35 texts a month, which back then was a lot of text.
Oh, yeah.
And now it's kind of laughable because, we send so many texts back and forth. And I'll never forget, it was like the late 90s or early 2000s. I just remember I didn't know what a text message was.
Yeah, because it took a while to catch on to become like a big thing.
Yeah, a friend of mine had mentioned.
And to become affordable.
That's another thing, because it started charging you by the text or something. Yeah, but a friend of mine had told me, we were talking on the phone and he was telling me something that I was supposed to know. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. He said, I sent you a text about it. I'm like, what's a text?
Yeah. Oh, you did. You actually had to say what's a text.
Yes, because I had no idea. I mean, this was late 90s, early 2000. Yeah. And of course now, obviously, we all know what a text message is. But back then, it was just kind of coming into society.
And it's funny how, cell phone plans and patterns change. I can remember when I was in high school, one of my friends got in trouble because she went over her $1,200 a month text plan.
Gosh.
I go over every month now.
Oh, I know.
If you still had to chart how many texts you get and only have a certain limit.
And so many people, they just have the cell phone now.
Yeah.
So that's all they use.
Gosh. Happy texting. Yes. Happy emoji use as well.
Enjoy it very much.
Yes. Okay, life really does come full circle, does it not? A Maryland firefighter delivered a woman's baby in an ambulance this week. But get this, he himself was born in an ambulance, and it was his birthday.
How crazy is that?
What are the odds? Daniel Helsel and his team got a call Monday to help a woman in labor. Mom couldn't wait and gave birth right then and there. Mom and her brand new baby girl are doing just fine.
I mean, there are just some things that are meant to be.
That was meant to be.
And this was just one of those things that it was just meant to happen.
Sweet little baby.
What
I mean, they're probably going to be friends from here on out.
Oh, of course.
All those coincidences brought them together.
Out. He'll start, getting to know the baby as the baby grows up.
Double birthday party.
Exactly. Yes.
Double birthday.
Hey, a great story from Alabama, too. This is very funny.
I love this.
Oh, one Alabama college student is paying the price for for underestimating the Christmas spirit of her Twitter followers.
Kelsey Hall goes to the University of Alabama. She posted this photo of herself earlier this week, looking miserable in a Christmas tree costume sent to her by her mother. Thanks, Mom. With it, she said, I will wear this for the rest of the semester if I get 1,000 retweets.
Which is nothing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's nothing. But here's the thing, though. She only had 300 followers, so naturally she didn't really think it would go anywhere. Well, see, these days, forget about it. She was wrong. The post exploded, got nearly 24,000 retweets.
24,000. Kelsey is holding up her end of the bargain, though. She told People magazine that she just hopes it brings Christmas cheer to her classmates. She's been posting updates like of her walking around campus with it on. And I saw on Twitter, other people, she's super popular on campus now because everybody knows her as the Christmas tree girl. Other people, when they see her, they're wanting selfies with her and their pictures made with her.
I mean, that's just, look at that picture. That is just a poor thing.
That is so
and
funny.
she's clearly like me because, I'm not big on social media.
Right.
You know, I do the occasional tweets.
Yeah.
And of course, Lee, Hayley, and Tom, they're constantly doing it. I'm just not that big. And so she's probably like me thinking, that's probably not going to be that big.
She's just a regular girl. She had only 300 followers and thought, my friends might retweet me.
It all has to happen these days is one person pick it up, send it in like to Reddit or one of those, and it just explodes.
I love it. I love it so much. And I'm glad that she played along and, really did it.
Right.
But, that's awesome.
I mean, she really is sticking with what she said she would do.
Yeah.
So you got to give her credit for that.
Spreading Christmas cheer down in Bama. Okay, everybody, those are today's Hot Topics.
And stay with us. We are digging into some delicious holiday treats a little bit later on.
Oh, yeah, we are. We pay a visit to Lexington's Metropolitan Donuts. If you've never been, we're going to give you a sneak peek of what they have to offer. So good. That's next year on the show.